Hello and welcome to Just-in-Time Learning. This is Mike Myers. I'm a faculty fellow in the Center for Innovation and Learning, and tonight in this short presentation I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and some ways to navigate your way around Blackboard. This short course is designed for those of you who have been teaching online for a while, just need a refresher, and just need to get going in Blackboard. So first thing I want to show you tonight is, if you look back at the old days, our eCollege course shells had both a left-hand and a right-hand navigation, and as you change the screen you see a lot of those things get scrunched up. Well, what you're going to see in Blackboard is that we're going to have a very strong left-hand navigation, and a lot of these problems on the right-hand side are going to go away. There's also a lot more functionality in Blackboard. So tonight what I'm going to show you is some courses in the business school, since the business school is one of the first to be transitioned to the new Blackboard, and I show that here in this accounting course. But before I do that, I'm actually going to go forward and show you some of the things in a practice course. So all of you should have access to this, what's called EDU 600. This is a practice course. It's your sandbox, if you will, and in this course you can sort of go ahead first and practice posting announcements or changing some things, making some videos, doing some basic functionality, and you don't have to really worry about messing around in your business course. So you just go over here when you're ready to do your work. So first thing you notice is that the left-hand navigation is very similar in both of these courses, with just a couple differences. So again, I'm going to maintain helping you in this EDU 600 course and show you around Blackboard. So again, the first thing you're going to notice is the strong left-hand navigation. There's a lot of scrolling in Blackboard. This is for a couple reasons. The first reason is accessibility. Screen readers are much more successful in a scrolling-like environment. So I know that faculty don't like to scroll, but screen readers do. The other reason is that Blackboard has a really awesome mobile functionality to itself, and the scrolling function allows Blackboard to do that very well on mobile devices. Okay, so the first thing you notice in your new Blackboard course, and again I'm going to demonstrate this EDU course, you're going to see these left-hand items here. So here's your course name. So if you're in accounting, it's over here, but in here it's the EDU 600. You're going to see the homepage button. You click on that, it's going to bring you to the course homepage. The syllabus is the first thing you encounter. If you click on syllabus, this is going to look a lot like eCollege. You just click here and click to the syllabus, and what you're going to see is the integration that we brought over from eCollege, where you have an integration between your course outline and the syllabus. Now remember, for our WSC accreditation, those things get kind of melded together, but we're trying to keep all these things to one syllabus document. That's really easy in Blackboard, in that you can kind of build your course outline into your syllabus. How you do that is very easy. You click on that first thing, and if you've done it for the first time, I'll show you here, you're going to get this Activate My Account. You click on that, and then you'll get to this screen here. So once you activate your account, you can put in all your instructor information, and there's little radio buttons here that you can add items, and you click here, and here's where you can put in your information from your course outline. The rest of the stuff from the syllabus is already generated for you. The course learning outcomes are from Curricunet. Some of the accessibility links are here, the library links are here, and you can kind of change around, put in a file, you can put in a picture, your name and contact information, and that'll generate every time you teach a course in Blackboard. So a good best practice is to put everything in the syllabus builder, and when you do that, everything will populate now into your course. So that's the syllabus portion. Announcements are pretty self-explanatory. Any announcements that you put in the course, I've already put a test announcement here in my sandbox, will appear here under announcements. The next is the calendar, a little more advanced in Blackboard, and here whenever you create items, so if you put a date assigned to them, they'll appear in the course calendar. Now what's nice is students can go in, and if they see a test coming up or some item, they can click right on that item in the calendar, and it'll take them right to that item. You can also adjust it for different courses that you're involved in, and they'll appear in different colors. You can also move things really easily in the calendar, and when you move them, it's going to move all of the dates and timings associated with those. Again, you can always go back to the help area, and I'll show you that, to get some quick hit videos from Blackboard if you want to go in more depth in any of these topics. But the calendar is a pretty awesome tool and pretty easy to use. Blackboard Collaborate is the next item, and this is our ClassLive Pro, so you should be familiar with it. There's a little more functionality with it. Whenever you're teaching a course, your room, so here's mine, Michael Myers' room, that'll pop up. You can schedule a session, so this is where you would schedule your sessions for your class. And here's a room also that sits for your course. So students can go in here. So when you now click and collaborate, that's going to do the same thing like ClassLive Pro. It'll launch the room, like if we click Join Room, it'll launch in Collaborate. It's going to do this with a little launcher, and you just click OK, and just as you did in ClassLive Pro, it's going to go ahead and open up these Collaborate sessions for you. They look slightly different from ClassLive Pro, a little more functionality, a little more stable. So here you see you can toggle these on and off. You can choose the video feed. It's not going to be able to connect right now because I'm recording, but you can feed your video, you can talk, you can input PowerPoints, you can hit record just like you did in ClassLive Pro. Let me exit out of this one. And again, you can practice with this in your EDU class to get yourself up to speed on the new Collaborate. So that's Blackboard Collaborate. And again, there'll be separate trainings for those as well for you as a resource. Next, you'll notice you have all your weeks, so you may have a 2 or 3 week course. These are the weeks. If you click on them, this is where you're going to see the content builder. So in all of our functions, when you're available to edit things, you'll see a little pull down menu here, and one thing you should notice is up in this right hand corner, you want to make sure your edit mode is toggled to on. And this other thing here is a student preview. I'll come back to that in just a bit. But all of your assignments, anything you want to create, you can create from these builder functions. You can build content, add assessments, create tools, and also add some partner content, depending on what your course has loaded into it. The one you'll use the most is the build content. So right here in week 1, you can add an item, a file, you can create a folder if you want to put things in. This is where the old doc sharing was from before, and so forth. So you can add a lot of different things in Blackboard. So again, you can play around with these, build some content. For the most part, your content will be built for you, and all your course outcomes will be there, assessments, readings, and so forth will be created for you. But if you want to put something else in, all you need to do is click the build content. You can add an item, give it a name, and add it to your course. Now one thing you'll notice is you have this Wysiwyg here, right, which is what you see is what you get. Any place you build content in Blackboard, you're going to have the same Wysiwyg. And from here you can do videos, you can add text, you can type in anything you want. You can also do what's called mashup. In mashup we have Kaltura Media. With Kaltura Media you can quickly create a video and put it right into your class right as an item. You can add saved items, so you can see I've made a lot of different recordings here. To record, you can click on Add Media here on the right, so you can upload or record from your webcam, or you can record your screen. And once that's done, it'll upload into this, what we're using is Kaltura Media. Then you can add that right to your course. So you could put in an announcement with your voice, you could put this in a discussion board, put it in an item, anything you add to Blackboard, you can do there. So again, these are the basic builder tools, and of course in Blackboard, just like in eCollege, there's many ways to do things. You can also click on course tools or down in your course management section to access some of these tools. So these are the basic ways that content is added to Blackboard, and as I said, most of this is already added in your courses. So you already have most of your content built out for you by week. So for example, this is the week 1 accounting course here, 501. So most of these things are already built out for you, but you can add content simply by clicking on the different items for your course, depending of course upon which kind of access you have. The next thing you have in our left-hand navigation, once you have the weeks, is your course resources. So you have your Blackboard support page, and instructor resources are available if it's turned on in your class, and there's also National University support. So these are listed down here. So as you scroll down, you see course tools. So these are another way that you can get to the different course tools in Blackboard. So again, here's Collaborate that I could access on the left-hand navigation here or in the course tools. I can add blogs, I can get to the calendar, the syllabus, the grades, journals and groups, and so forth. So all of these are available in what's called course tools. The course resources are different resources you can add. So again, these are just like a folder content, and you can again build these content here, add items, add files, add images or links, and so forth. One thing to note in your courses in the business school is that you have these support pages just like you do in your EDU course. So there's a Blackboard support page. This has all of the different items on it, so you can go and get all kinds of support and help on your own if you want to learn more about a tool. You also have National University support. Remember, this used to be the old way in eCollege. When you first logged in, you got all of these items here, but now they reside in the course. If you scroll down for your courses in the business school, you'll see that there's a link for Mcgraw-Hill Connect. So several of you are using this in your business and accounting courses. So people can click here, and you can as well, to get information on how Mcgraw-Hill Connect works. If you scroll down further, you see that there's course management tools. So there's a control panel here, and each of these you can click to expand. There's a content collection, and this is where you can store your content. You can also get to that from the top right-hand navigation. These are just content items that I have, and they exist as learning objects in Blackboard. You can move them course to course. Again, here's the course tools, and these are all the ones that were up here under the course tools link. Things like rubrics, the course calendar, course messages, blogs, wikis, and so forth. All these different tools can be accessed from the course management area. Evaluation is another one you can access. You can run reports. There's a performance dashboard, which is the old user activity button, so you can see that you can see all the students here and all of their performance. There's also a retention center, and the retention center will basically alert you to people if they've not logged in or not. You can monitor students. You can set up monitoring tasks here. In your courses, you have the Mcgraw-Hill integration, so you can click on those as well. All of these course tools are available to you. Where you're going to do your grades is in the Grades Center. So if you click on the Grade Center, there's the needs grading, which if you were using the eCollege before, when you had the social media integration, it would bring up those things that needed grading for you, and that's under your full grade assessment. So I'll go back to the EDU course to show you that. So you can go back to the EDU course if you want to practice grading. Just go to the full Grade Center, and you'll see here we populated some mock students, Serena Williams, Tony Parker, and so forth. And here in the Grading Center, you basically have left to right all of the columns for your grading, and you can go into the EDU course and practice grading. The little yellow button here says needs grading, so that means that they've submitted an assignment, it's time to grade it. Or you can click on the item as well, or the student, similar to what we did in eCollege. Now what's nice about Blackboard is when you go to grade stuff, so if you go to grade user activity by clicking on that little radio button to the right, you can go in and grade that item. In Blackboard, it has what's called a crocodoc, which means it's going to bring up to you the students' postings or whatever your grading item is here, and you can leave feedback to the learner. You can post a grade right here. You can actually open up the rubric and grade the rubric here as well. Now there's a separate training on rubrics, but many of them are built into the courses, or you can create one very quickly in Blackboard just by clicking on the Create Rubric. You can also click on, if you want to bring it down, you can also click it for assignment or exam. So just a few different assignments, or you can click on tests. It'll just show you in the gradebook the tests that you need to grade. So just here's the testing, for example. A little bit way to filter the gradebook. Clicking on users or groups, if you get confused about where you are in your class, you can click on the users. That'll display all of the students in your class. So again, here I'm in the EDU class. It's showing me who's here, what role they're having, and I can click on each student from here, sort of like the old course administration page that we had in eCollege. Again, at the bottom there is the Help Center that you have available to you, and in the Help Center you've got Blackboard Help for instructors. So if you need more information about the gradebook, about how to do rubrics, how to add things to your course, you can do that from these help pages, and they're available both for instructors and for students. There's also a YouTube channel on Blackboard that you can go to as well. So again, these courses have a very strong left-hand navigation. Everything you need is there. And again, depending on your access, you have builder functions that you can add content very easily from the top here. Now, what you have in Blackboard is a student view. So if you go to this little button here, you'll see this orange banner at the top, and you'll enter the student preview mode. Now, this is one thing we didn't have in eCollege. It's showing you exactly what the students are going to see. So notice now in my course that all of the control panel buttons are gone because I'm in student mode, and now when I click on the weeks, I don't have that builder function. I'm seeing the actual course content as a student would. What's nice feature in Blackboard is that if you want to say go ahead and take an assignment or do some writing, post to a discussion board, you can actually go in as a student, and when you exit the preview, you have an option here to keep the preview user and all data. You can do a practice and then kind of grade yourself, if you will. And if you toggle on this button, if you click this one, it'll delete all the preview user data and nothing will be saved. But if you click on this one, it'll save whatever you've done in there, and when you go back to the gradebook, it'll say preview user with your name on it. So that's a neat way to practice in Blackboard. Now, when you enter and exit student preview, one thing you want to notice is that it'll bring you right back out to the home page. So if I click continue, it'll pop me back out to the home page in Blackboard. It won't leave you where you last were. So again, this is a quick overview of getting ready in Blackboard. There's lots of functionality, and there'll be many more trainings coming up, and as you get used to your course in Blackboard, you're going to come up with a lot of different ways to engage with students and a lot of different tools you can use. Remember that there's lots of help available to you under the Help tab, and the Faculty Fellows and SIL are here to help you as well.